Howdy y'all, I'm October.
And I'm Cosmo.
And welcome to the Theater Freaks and Geeks podcast.
Today we'll be talking about how high school went about making The Little Mermaid Jr.
Which was a totally fantastic performance.
October.
First, let's dive into the creation of those wonderful puppets.
To create the mechanisms, we would use keychain rings and plastic-covered wire.
We connected up to the things like the mouth and the fins.
To create the puppets' actual designs, we started with a profile image of the character.
Next, we folded them little critters out of tinfoil. It was a real tough job.
Yep. Anyways, next we would cover it in clay, foam, and then another layer of clay.
And then we made them real pretty by painting them in tons of vibrant colors. We had to keep the critters realistic though, so the colors couldn't be too vibrant.
Once they were painted, they're ready to go.
Sounds fun. The youngins must have loved that. What about the other puppets, like the jellyfish?
The jellyfish were made with umbrellas and Dollar Tree tablecloths.
Tablecloths? Wow.
Theater isn't always as amazing as it seems.
Wasn't the clam just an inflatable?
You're right.
What about them eels? They had like full body puppets.
You're right. That's because their puppet was attached to their sleeves.
Sweet. What held it up though?
Pool noodles. Just like how Ursula's tentacles were made of pool noodles that were formed with a heat gun.
That's awesome. Sebastian's costume was amazing with all them red sparkles, and Flounder looked real funny. In a good way, of course.
Yeah, the mermaids look really cool too.
I guess you could say they were mermazing.
Oh my gosh.
I really liked Scuttle's outfit too. He looked like a little pilot.
Sure. Did you know Grimsby had a real pocket watch?
That's so cool.
I know, right?
What about them wigs? They were real pretty looking.
We mainly just reused old wigs or simply bought new ones. They weren't homemade. But we did add shells.
Ooh. What about the set pieces?
My favorite part.
The ship was amazing. It was 4 feet tall.
Yep. And the mast could collapse down to fit backstage.
And the stained glass window in Ursula's set was so pretty.
Yep, shout out to Miss Hibbard for making that.
The thought behind it was that Ursula found it in a shipwreck and thought it would look good in her lair.
Cool.
I know, right? Ursula also had a tearaway necklace for the scene where Ariel got her voice back. Speaking of Ariel, how did she do all those costume changes at the end? She went from a corset and a tail to a dress.
A sailor helped her change behind the ship during that scene. She had to wear the dress under her mermaid costume. At one point, she had over 5 different costumes on.
5 costumes? She must have been overheating. You could say she was a poor, unfortunate soul.
I can't do this anymore.
What about that time where Ariel sung from off stage, even though you could see her right there?
We had a cast member sing backstage. It was a different person depending on which show you watched, though.
I guess you could say they were alternating.
I'm done.
Cosmo, where you go? Well, I guess I'm swimming solo now, folks. Watching the production was so fun. It was full of amazing actors and actresses. The swimming and dancing was real energetic, especially during Kiss the Girl. They were so beautiful sounding when they sang. The bows were beautifully choreographed and they didn't mess up once. The choral transitions were pretty smooth too. It was amazing to watch. The ship had always came in the exact same spot. King Triton was beautifully made and it never broke.
October!
What?
Stop spitting lies!
What do you mean? The show was amazing!
Yes, but you're literally listing every single thing that went wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because you weren't at every rehearsal and every show.
Okay, fine. I'm sorry.
Let's just wrap this up.
Thank you all for watching this episode of Theater Freaks and Geeks.
If you're wondering where we got this information, our 4 sources were my brain, October's eyes, Miss Hibbard's words, and about 4 of Bennett's words.
I hope to see you on the next episode where I interview Cosmo about how much they hate my fantastic puns.
October!